everybody, I'm Jessica Brigden. Welcome to From the Heart Friday, session 57 with me of Jess B, Creative Cardiology. And today it's another warm one. We're in the height of summer. It's the last day of July. I don't know how that happened quite so quickly. But today I have a couple of what I hope are going to be cute cards because I have a concept in mind. It's not fully designed, but I do have a concept based on, hey Monica, based on a picture that I saw that was, it was an old, it wasn't necessarily a milk can, but like an old watering can with a green patina that was overflowing with summer flowers. So based on that picture that I had seen, I decided that I would try to recreate something similar using the milk can here from the Country Home stamp set, and I would try to fill that with some beautiful peonies. And I'm going to use a couple maybe non-traditional color combinations. So I will pull in some of the Peony Garden Designer Series paper, going a little traditional there, but then I thought it would be cool to use the Tasteful Textures paper, and maybe we'll pull in some Magenta Madness as well. So we're not necessarily sticking to traditional colors. We're gonna make it fun. Hey Luann, hey Sally, hey Susan, and Rachel. Woohoo, we got a group here. That's awesome. All right, so because I don't have this fully formed, I want to get right to creating here, and so we can see how it evolves. So I'm going to flip the camera and we'll go ahead and get started. So if you have your catalog, the Peony Garden set is there on page 84 of the annual catalog. And you can see there at the top, hopefully, that's my July host code. So if you'd like to place an order, it's RYJDTMS7. And we are still in the bonus days period. So it's the last day of July, but bonus days are going to continue. And what that means is that for every $50 you order, you earn a $5 bonus coupon that you can use to place. You'll redeem that on an order placed between August 4th and the 31st. So it's kind of cool that you're getting a 10% rebate, which is pretty cool. All right, so Peony or Prized Peony is here on page 84. And then we'll also use the the Country Home set there. And then I did pull in some of the Tasteful, I always get that wrong. It's the Tasteful, In Good Taste. In Good Taste Designer Series paper. And it goes with the In Good Taste suite. I always want to call it like Tasteful Textures or something because the patterns are really, really cool. All right, so for both of these cards, I've pulled in kind of one of the mutual colors was gray granite. And gray granite is a little bit more substantial than, say, the smoky slate. The smoky slate is definitely grayer, and the gray granite it's a little bit earthier, a little bit darker there. But I thought the darker color just add a little more depth. So I just cut a sheet in half here at the 5.5 mark. So we're gonna have 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm gonna go ahead and just fold both of those, kind of get that basic step done and out of the way. And then we'll play with our stamping and we'll color with some of our blends, alcohol markers, and kind of see what it comes up with. So I think I will go ahead and glue both of these down as well. These layers are 4 inches by 5.25. So that's pretty simple there. I mean, I love these papers are really, really cool. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely a paper hoarder. I mean, I use it, but I love all these different textures and really cool things. All right, so I'm gonna go put this on here. Oh, thank you, Sally. She says I look pretty today. I've got my Night of Navy going on. I've got my sapphire earrings and my pendant that my husband gave me. I think that was our, oh goodness, I want to say it was our 2nd anniversary that he gave me the sapphire set. But it's like one of my absolute favorites, so I wear it all the time. So Luann's asking, do I chop my paper or keep it whole? I actually keep it whole. I purchased these 12 by 12 paper sleeves in a package off Amazon. And so what they do is they allow me to store a whole package of 12 by 12, kind of keep it a little bit nicely. I've got some swap cards that I had received. Aren't these pretty with the Peony Garden Suite? I was kind of saving them in there for some ideas, maybe put a class together at some point. So I kind of keep everything together. The same thing for, here we've got the In Good Taste. This is a big paper pack, that's 24 sheets there. And I keep that all in there. And the nice thing is I can still flip it over and see the colors that are in the paper pack. I even do that with my 6x6. So for the flowers for every season, that's a 6x6 stack. But I also put that in one of those 12 by 12 plastic sleeves. And I put my Memories and More cards in there, and all the little things. It kind of keeps it all together. And then I store it in one of my 31 fold-in files. So I'm not sure if, no, I don't have it right here accessible. And then those fit in my IKEA, the Kallax, the cube unit there. So my craft room it's getting better. I had promised that I would do a tour when I got it complete, and I've got things picked up, so we're now out of the living room, and it is all in my craft room, but I still have things kind of on the floor that need to be put away. You can tell this country home set is one of my absolute favorites. I have used this so much. As you can tell, this is a photopolymer set, and with all the different colors I've used, they do stain a little bit here. So that doesn't affect my stamps at all. It just gives them that pretty little pink hue. So I definitely want to use the milk can. I'm not sure if I want to use like the country pitcher or not. So let me see. I'll get that out here and I'll put it on a block anyways. And then we'll see. And I'm so excited. I have the full set of Stampin' Up! Blocks, and I've got a couple extra of the C block because that is one of my most used. But I happened to be on Facebook scrolling around first thing this morning and saw somebody advertising a yard sale, and they had some Stampin' Up! Blocks in the photos that they posted. And so I messaged to see how much they were. I didn't ask how many of the blocks. I just messaged her to see how much they were. And the price she gave me was pretty good, but she wasn't doing any holds or anything like that. So I drove over there to see if I could, get there right when she opened the sale. And guess what? Look at what I got. I got a whole shoebox full of Stampin' Up! Blocks. So I scored a pretty awesome deal earlier today. I'm not usually much of a yard saler, but I happened to see that and I was like, wow. And she told me her price and I just waited. I didn't ask any questions. I just paid her what she wanted. So, so now I don't have to worry about scrambling for blocks for whether they're going to fit or not. I'm pretty excited about that. Luann's laughing. She says, what? Stampin' supplies in the living room? No one ever does that. Yeah, my husband, what I do is I've got a nice island bar here in my kitchen. And, this is a brand new set. I haven't even taken this one out to assemble it yet. So I have a nice island here in my kitchen. And, of course, it's counter height. And I don't often sit when I stamp. I usually stand. So I bring my stuff right out here. So this is where I do most of my stamping, is right out here at the kitchen island. And yeah, my husband's, he kind of gets a little, He's very patient, but he gets a little fed up sometimes. It's like, come on, do I always have to look at stamps when I walk in the kitchen? Hey, Doris, how are you? All right, so I might as well assemble a couple of these here because I'm not entirely sure what I want. This is one of the new clings, so it's the red rubber with the foam, and I did a little video like a week or so ago on how to do this, but I guess you guys can watch me. So I peeled the kind of the wax backing off my stamps, popped my red stamp out, took off the protector, and now I will fit that right there onto my label and then peel it up, and now it's good to go. All right, so I'm gonna kind of set those over to the side. Let's do the big one too. I'll have to see, because I don't know if this big one's actually gonna fit in my watering can. I think I'm gonna have to, or my milk can. I think I'm gonna have to use one of the smaller peonies, but isn't this a gorgeous set? I can't believe I haven't had a chance to use it yet. It's so pretty. But of course my peonies aren't in bloom anymore right now. Actually, my Rose of Sharon bushes, we planted those when we bought the house. Goodness, we've been here 17 years. It was 17 years we've been here in May. And, oh, that's my blocks. And I planted some Rose of Sharons that somebody had snipped me off a few pieces. So I've got 3 different colors, and I planted them along the front and kind of made a little hedge to kind of block, create a little privacy hedge between the kitchen window and the road. And now they're huge, and the hummingbirds, since they've started to bloom here in the last week or two, the hummingbirds are coming. And so I've been watching the hummingbirds out my kitchen window. Yeah, that's so pretty. Okay, so let's see. That could be cute, right? Do you think it's too oversized? Let's see. Let me stamp this on this white here. We'll go ahead and do that. I'll just pull out some. I guess I don't have any scrap. I'm gonna have to cut a full sheet down. I've been being pretty good about using up my scraps here lately. So let me just cut that in half so it'll fit through my die cut machine. Let me stamp this. I almost think I'm gonna go bold. I am going to stamp this in Magenta Madness. Put that right on here. Whoa, woohoo! It's such a pretty color, isn't it? I love that Magenta Madness. And that stamp is incredible. Oh my goodness. So let's do that, and then let's see. I think I'm going to stamp, I pulled out some Just Jade. So that I do have scraps. I keep my scraps right here in my paper pack. So sometimes I have to sort through them. You can tell I cut a lot of leaves from that piece. Hey, Barb. All right, so let's grab this. So I stamped my peony in Magenta Madness. Beautiful. And let's go ahead, and I'm gonna stamp my milk jug here. I'm gonna do that right in the Just Jade on my scrap. Hey, Diana. All right, I like that. And I almost think I do need a little something on my milk jug. So let's see. Hello, enjoy, love, thank God. Let me put I'll put the little label. Sometimes I keep card samples and miscellaneous bits and pieces there in my stamp sets too. Let's put the little label on there. And let's do love. Love is good. All right, so let's see, mini block here. So I'll do that, and I'm gonna stamp these. I'm just gonna go ahead and do Just Jade. We'll do tone on tone today for this, because I really want the peony to be my piece de resistance there. Okay, so I've got that. And then we'll do our love. Oh, love it when it comes out like it's supposed to. Okay, so there is no die cut for the country home set. So I'm gonna have to fussy cut this, but I think that'll be okay. It's not too much. I'm gonna just come around the outside of my stamped image here. Thank goodness there are die cuts for the peonies, because those are a lot more detailed. Okay, so we're just gonna go right around the milk jug. So we're gonna pretend this is copper. I'm not gonna go through and do a whole like copper patina technique. We'll save that for another day. But you kind of get the idea here. We're just going for fun summer colors. So what have you guys been doing? Have you done anything fun so far this summer? I mean, I know we're all kind of limited on our travel options and things, but are you spending a little extra time with some family or doing any day trips anywhere? There's still a lot of things we can do. I mean, it's kind of nice to have a slightly slower pace and have some staycation. Oh, Doris said I did a nice job fussy cutting. Thank you. I think that came out pretty well. So let me grab my peony dies here. This is a large set of dies, and I will have to do a video on assembling the flower, but for right now, I'm gonna grab this big one because that actually does the whole flower all at once. So I do have my magnetic platform here. Put this on, that does help to hold it in place. I can't wait to get my new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine on August 4th for their demo pre-order. I'm so excited for that. So if you are interested in getting a new machine too, and you're not already a demonstrator, then definitely want to consider signing up, because then you can get yours in August too. Otherwise, you wait till September. That's when it'll be available to everybody. Rachel says they used to fill the milk churns on the farm when she was little. Aw, that's a nice memory. My parents have a few. My mom saved out a couple of these. And they kind of use for decoration. They plant flowers and things around the house now. But we no longer have a active dairy farm. It's more, my dad turned it into a landscaping business, so the barn now holds his equipment. But yeah, I've got a lot of family pictures of of the barn, and I was actually thinking about that today. You know, they have that saying, were you raised in a barn? And I was thinking, you know, yeah, I was. Because when I was little, both my parents were working in the barn. You know, my mom worked right alongside my dad, milking cows and keeping things running. And so when I was little, they took me to the barn with them. So that's where I grew up. I had, you know, they tried to, you know, get away from the whole stereotypical, you know, girly things. And so they bought me one of those ride-on tractors as a kid. So I had my ride-on tractor that that I rode right through the barn. Yeah, so it really is. That's where we grew up, in the barn with the cows. We had dairy cows, Holsteins, and chasing the kittens around and all kinds of fun stuff. All right, so that looks really cool. I think it needs something extra. So what do you guys think? Should I color these in? That's question one. Do I color it? I'm looking for my Just Jade blends. I thought I had everything all together. And somehow my Just Jade set is hiding. I've got Bermuda Bay, Old Olive. Goodness, I've got everything here except the Just Jade that I want. I've got some mint macaron. That's close. All right, so should I color or should I just leave it like that? And I'm going to, Rachel says it does need some green leaves. Susan says pretty. Ooh, Barb says try a black die cut behind the flower so it pops. That would be cool. I was actually gonna run and get the new square doilies. So let me grab that and we'll see what. Okay. So good news is, in looking for my doilies, I found my Just Jade blends. So that's pretty cool find. That was worth looking for. All right, so let me grab those. So we'll try it. Like, I definitely think that would be cool back there, but I get what Barb is saying, that it would be nice to have maybe a little bit of contrast. Let me see. I'm trying to decide what. Do I want black or maybe some basic gray so it's not quite as dark? Let's do that. I'm going to pull this in. So the doilies here, these are about 3 by 3. So I'm going to cut a 2 3/4 inch strip of basic gray that I will use behind. Okay, so I did a 2 3/4 inch strip of basic gray. I'm going to, I'm just going to put my tape right here on, right on this. Just kind of put it down a little bit. Yeah, so Doris mentions color. I probably could color the doily. That's an option too. I actually thought about that. Let me try this first. So let's do that. Let me put dimensionals on here before I forget that piece. Okay. And then let me pull in some little piece of scrap paper here. We'll kind of save all our elements off to the side so we don't forget them. All right, so let's go ahead and color some of this. So I've got my brand new Just Jade in color Stampin' Blends markers here. And let's start with the lightest. We'll go light with our painty brush there. Because I always usually start light and then you can always add the dark. All right, let's see. And we'll just go right up the stem too. Sometimes you just gotta see where your marker takes you. Okay, so we'll do the light and color all around there. Okay, and on our stem, can't forget this little guy up here. Okay, so I think we've got, I don't know why I do that upside down. Sorry about that. All right, so Barb says she likes the gray behind the doily. Good. Okay, well, thank you for that idea to put a darker piece behind there. So let's see that. We'll come in here with add in the veining on our, yeah, I'm gonna actually just highlight this. I love the pink, but we don't always want pink stems and leaves. I mean, I could have stamped that darker, but it was kind of pretty with the bright colors there. Boy, the birds, my cat Ziggy is outside. There's a family of robins that lives just in the tree just right off our porch. And she has been tormenting them. The other day, I heard all this squawking, kind of like I'm hearing out the window now. And I ran out the window. I'm like, what in the world is going on out there? And they had chased her. So these robins were dive bombing Ziggy because I think she got too close to their nest or something. And they were not having it. So it was pretty funny to watch. But she is definitely living her best cat life, being outside and watching the birds and tormenting them. She chases the squirrels and the chipmunks and the whole thing. Okay, so that's kind of cool with the two-tone. And I do like the white, but I think maybe we should come in here and contrast this with some of I'm gonna use my light magenta. Yeah, so do light. Gonna come in here and just go over it again with the dark. Okay. I don't know. All right. I'm kind of torn. I almost think I liked it better before. Does that ever happen to you guys when you're crafting and sometimes you're like, let's do this, and then you change your mind halfway through? But that's why we do 2 cards, because sometimes they come out great and sometimes not so much, and we need a little bit of a do-over. That's okay. That's the fun of it, right? Is experimenting and seeing what works and what doesn't. We learn a little bit of both. Yeah. All right, so there is a lot of, just come in here in sections. Kind of highlight that. That is kind of, you do get a really cool, kind of like a no line watercolor look on some of that. Which is kind of a neat thing. So I'm just tracing the little sections that were from the outline, just to kind of give it a little bit more depth here. I mean, that's the cool thing with the blends, is that you can always go over and over until you get the desired effect that you like. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. All right, Dora says, yes, that's the fun part of crafting. Absolutely. Okay, so let's see here. I almost think I kind of like that off to the side. I do like my milk jug on there with they're kind of spilling out of it. So let's place that. So we'll go ahead and maybe we'll put that on at an angle. Yeah, Dora says, absolutely, with different coloring options, all is acceptable. That's the beauty of it, right? It can be anything you want. All right, so I guess I had pictured this down towards the side, but the peony is so large that I actually do think it might, because I like this at an angle. So let's do that right in the center. And then I'll just tack this down in places. Okay, so I'll just kind of tack it here and there. Not too much adhesive on that. But I'm gonna place that there. And then we'll put our milk jug here. Oh yeah, and it's like the perfect spot. What do you guys think? That's kind of cool, huh? Really kind of neat. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think that came out pretty cool. All right, let's see. So that's number 1. Let's try this. I really think I like the pink with this as well, but I think I'm gonna do one where I just stamped it in the pink and, or you know what, let's do the jug in, how about I do that in navy and I do it on some Misty Moonlight. I think that would be kind of cool. So let me, where's my Misty Moonlight? Oh, there we go. I knew I had a pack that was open. So before I start a brand new pack, I might as well use up my little bits and pieces here. Okay. So let's take this jug and we'll stamp that in Night of Navy to kind of match our tile. But I stamped it onto Misty Moonlight, which is kind of cool. Giving that speckled look there. And find my snips real quick. Okay. So that's a quick way of coloring, is to just stamp in a darker ink onto a lighter cardstock. I've been doing a lot of fun coloring techniques in my videos here lately. Tuesday we did a cool stained glass rainbow glimmer technique there. That was pretty cool. So if you missed that, you definitely want to go back and watch my my YouTube video from Tuesday. All right, I like that. That's really cute. Do I want to go totally bright, or let's see here. Do I want to go totally bright, or do I maybe want to go with like a petal pink? I could do that. That would be pretty too. All right. I'm not sure. Let me grab out got my white here. And see what we want to stamp this. What I got. All right, you know what? I'm gonna just go with the magenta again. And then I'll do one where we colored, and I'll do one where I left it kind of open. You know, for that, in that case, I should actually use my Stampin' Write markers, my watercolor markers, and then I could color on the stamp, and I could do the leaves in a different color. So let me clean this first. Yes, Luann's agreeing. She says, go bright again. Yes. Okay, and let's see. Barb said, oh, she said, what about Misty Moonlight for the flower? Ooh, that would be kind of cool. That would be neat. All right, let's try it. Let's try it because I have it right here. Hey, Pam. Hello, friend in North Carolina. I'm glad you caught me live. Okay, so let's do this. Ho ho. Oh, these new in colors are so stunning. All right, let's die cut this just because it looks really cool. And then we can see. I'll give you guys a couple options. So we'll die cut this first. Okay. I mean, look how clean that cuts out. It's beautiful. Okay, let me clean my stamp again real quick here. Actually, I should clean all these. I kind of just set them aside. And that's why they're pretty colors. But no, and if you clean your stamps really well, then, and you take care of them, then that helps to keep the rubber supple, and your stamps will last you a good long time. So, okay, so everything's clean. Let me pop this. Yeah, yep, I got all the little pieces out. I mean, that is really cool. That's really cool, but I'm not sure. Hey Donna, let me grab my markers. So I'm gonna stamp it one more time because while that's really pretty, it's almost a little too blue. So let's pull in my scrap, and this time we'll do, yeah, isn't that color? It's stunning, isn't it? It's really pretty. I'm just not sure I like it on the tiled background. So let's get out our marker, in color markers. Yeah, Barb agrees. It kind of gets lost on there. I think so too. So we did blends on the first one. Oh, Rachel says a magenta doily. Well, that would be cool. Trying to think if I have a sponge handy. I have a green sponge. I could do it in, we could try it. Let me see. What did I do with my doilies? We could try this. Let's see here. And then I will use my markers here on my stamp. And we'll try that too. So let's do this. So that is kind of pretty. It's not quite enough contrast there. If I did it with my markers, then that would stick a little bit. That'd be darker. Let's see. And then it wouldn't rub off so much either, because the alcohol would dry on here. So let's, sorry, I'm trying not to get it on I didn't clean my surface here, so I'm just trying not to get this all over everything else at the same time. Just let that dry a little bit. That is kind of a cool thing. Let's see, we'll do one in, since my hands are getting inky, let's do another one. Hang on. Slightly move this. Then we'll come in with the dark magenta. Oh, Donna's from Australia, getting up early to get ready for her retreat today and tomorrow. Wow, that's exciting. That sounds like fun. I am definitely, I could use a retreat about now. Let me pop out these little doilies. They've still got little pieces in them. Actually, I am taking part. It's more of a little virtual day retreat that I assisted my friend Missy Shipman with an event that she is doing with her team. And she asked me to present for them, so I created some fun projects. So I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow. I kind of I've got a lot of cards, thank you cards and team appreciation cards and things. I'm backlogged on my cards right now. So I will be tuning into Missy's virtual event, playing along here and there, but working on my cards while I'm watching. So, so that'll be kind of fun. Just my husband's aware that tomorrow is my stamping day. So I think he's going to mow the lawn. Oh, Ziggy's here to say hi. Do you want to say hi, Ziggs? Huh? Here. I know I can't really see her, but I'll pop her in just to say hi. Okay, so yes, that pink doily, I'm gonna let those just kind of dry fully. Let's color this. We're getting too creative today. We've got lots of things going on. All right, so let's color our leaves on here. Okay. And yes, okay, so I think I've got, it's a little bit hard to see where the leaves end there and the flower starts. Okay. So let's do this. And then don't forget this little piece up here on the side. Yeah, we'll be stamping in the kitchen. Yes, I will. I will be stamping in the kitchen. Actually, that's one of the things. I get my best internet signal for doing video things is here in the kitchen. I don't get much signal at all because my craft room is at the end of the house, so it's away from all of that techie stuff. So my husband and I did kind of make a deal. If I can get that back room, my craft room actually cleaned up so that I can craft back there, then we would buy one of those internet booster things to boost the signal so that I could actually do my videos and things from the back. But he's like, I'm not spending the money to do it until you actually have it clean enough to work back there. So I figured that's a fair deal. I mean, oh, my stamp was kind of dirty. That's what you get when you're not fully cleaned for Misty Moonlight and then you do but that's a really cool color over top. I really like that. So maybe a happy accident there. That's kind of cool. I think I need to clean my Stampin' scrubber. Got a little too much ink residue left, but this is really cool. So let me die cut that. I think I might actually go with our crazy color there because that is really cool. Yeah, so yeah, we'll say that happy accident. Sometimes the coolest things come out when you least expect it. Okay. All right. Pop out our little pieces here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty neat. I kind of like that. That's kind of fun, huh? Yeah, kind of neat. All right, so let's check this out. And we could always do, that's kind of cool, huh? Let's do something like that. Yeah, I like that. I think that is pretty nifty. All right, so what I'm gonna do, find my adhesive buried underneath my stuff. I'm actually just gonna put my adhesive directly on my card base. Keep it kind of in that lower area. This time, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be working off the screen here. I'm going to mount my doily towards the bottom corner. So this one I did center, and this one does there. Diana says she likes the colors the way they are. Yeah, I like those too. So dirty stamp with Misty Moonlight residue. I would colored with Magenta Madness and Just Jade Stampin' Right markers onto the stamp. Yeah, it comes out with this kind of purpley color, which is pretty nifty. All right, so I'm actually gonna put my adhesive on here first. I should have done this with the other one. Just put a little seal there because that way I can decide where I want these to go. I think, you know what, I'm gonna take my snips and kind of cut this curve right out of there a little bit because I want it to look more like the flowers are actually in the vase. There we go. So now that I've got that, so they're just kind of tacked to the back. So now I can put my adhesive on my peonies, a little seal there, and then I'll dimensional my vase a little bit. Okay. All right, well, this is turning into quite a project. That's pretty cool. Thank you guys for all of your input. Appreciate that. It's fun, isn't it, when you can play along and have some influence over the creation? Very cool. All right. Yeah, I like that. That looks really neat. Let me move these kind of out of the way. We need a little something there. Let's see. How about, you know what, we could use that love stamp. I've got that still. Let's do that. And I'll do it in navy. And usually you do your stamping first, so let's see how this is gonna come out. I'll just do this. There we go. It's a little crooked, but. Ooh, oh, Luann mentioned Stella. I love Stella. Where's my Stella? Good idea. Great idea, Luann. All right, so let's see. Let me give my Stella a shake here. All right, let's start small. Oh yeah, look at that. Woohoo. Okay. So I'm just lightly squeezing as I go. Oh, that was a good idea. All right, let's just trace that and then blend it all around in there. Yeah, that looks really cool. I like that. Yep, I think that's good. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, I like that. You know what? I think, let's try this. Yeah, this is a little bit. I think I like that too. So I'm just coming in with my light blend. So that's a cool thing because I colored the stamp with the Stampin' Right markers, which are water-based. It's the same ink as the classic ink pad. So when you color, you're always using an opposite ink here, which means if you stamp with a water-based ink, then you can color with an alcohol ink like the blends markers. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. All right, I think I like it. What do you guys think? Stella was a great addition there. It does, it reminds you of mulberry, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of pretty there. Very cool. So yeah, two very, very different looks. but I do like combining the Prized Peony and the Country Home stamp sets. And so we use the Peony Garden Designer Series paper on the back of that one, and we use the In Good Taste tile. Yeah, and this one, yes. Oh, thank you, Barb. You agree that, yep, coloring those in kind of finished off the leaves a little bit. Yeah, I think that turned out pretty cool. Actually, almost makes me wanna, Well, I guess I'll leave it like that because it shows two different coloring techniques. Yeah. Aw, well, Luann says, thanks for bringing me along on your creative adventure. Aw, hugs to you too. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for joining me. I realize I have been coloring and talking for quite a while, so I guess I will let you guys go, but thank you so, so much. I hope you had fun. I hope you have a wonderful weekend with some stamping involved. Happy stamping to you and lots of love. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Love ya. Bye.